Hello, everybody. Welcome to Intuitive Eating Wednesdays. I'm going to give a little bit of time for you guys to jump on in. I was just letting everybody on Instagram know that I am live now right here on YouTube and in our private Facebook group so we can talk about this week's Intuitive Eating Wednesday topic. So if you're here with me, please come say hello, put a little hello in the chat box so I know who is watching. I always love that. Let's see if this posted onto Instagram. It did. Awesome. Okay, so hopefully people are going to come on over. So weekly live streaming right here happening in our private Facebook group as well, same time on YouTube. And today is a very big topic that I want to talk about. It's all about how do you avoid the biggest mistake that intuitive eaters in training make. So I'm going to kind of put that out there to you. You saw that I've been promoting this live stream through the week. So I'm wondering, did you give it thought? What do you think the biggest mistake is that intuitive eaters in training make? So those who have given up dieting and they're on their journey to reclaim being an intuitive eater, what is the biggest mistake? Hey, Louise. Sorry, I got so excited you're here. I'm choking. I'm so glad that you're here with me, Louise. Thank you for participating. And so before we get into the topic, let me just make an announcement. I decided, I think it was yesterday, just Tuesday, after speaking with so many people, clients, and just people in my online community, that I want to really help you through the rest of December in terms of the holidays, more so than I currently doing. So I'm doing right now in the private Facebook group a free challenge. It's not so much a challenge, but it's like a free event that you can join, where it's enjoy your holiday festivities and your sweets without guilt. So basically, what is your biggest challenge around this holiday season? So, the truth is, we're going to get into today's topic in just a minute, so bear with me. And again, if you're here, I see a bunch of people still getting into the room now. Come say hello. There are so many blogs, videos, people out there on the internet talking about the same old around the holidays and how difficult it is and to try these strategies and that strategy. And listen, nothing for it. I do the same thing. It is a tough time of year. So when people reach out to me and they're like, oh, this is so hard, especially because all the noise from the media about, end of the year, start the new year off right, and they're promoting different diets, it can get to you. Even though you are done with dieting, it kind of just gets under your skin, right? So with all that said, to give you a little extra support, every single day between now, it started yesterday, and December 25th, except on the weekend, so not every single day, every weekday, I will be posting in the Facebook group a nice, pretty graphic with a question. There'll be text there with you to kind of think about various aspects of how you can take the best care of yourself throughout the next several weeks through the end of the year. So, Louise, I know you've seen the posts yesterday and today. I have to go back in and respond to everybody and just comment, but it just keeps you present. It keeps you mindful. It keeps you aware. So I encourage you to participate by commenting on the post and then commenting on someone else's response as well. So if you are watching me on YouTube and you're not in our Facebook group, then all you need to do is go to intuitiveeatinggroup.com. It takes you straight to the Facebook group, request to join, and you could participate. All right, enough said. Let's dive into today's topic. So we're talking about how to avoid the biggest mistake that intuitive eaters in training make while they're on their intuitive eating journey. So I definitely would like to hear from you. What do you think the biggest mistake is? I want to hear what your thoughts are, because the truth is more than it's not even a mistake, and we'll get into that, right? The truth is, I don't really even call it a mistake, because I think it's all about learning and it's all about growing. But for so many people, they think about good and bad, on and off, if you have a diet mentality. And so the word mistake kind of sort of comes up with that. But I do see this time and time again. And I'm going to first discuss my mistake, and you may or may not have seen the video that I released on Monday, but I did share with you about my own history that I didn't think I was dieting. Here I am, a registered dietitian nutritionist. I created a well-balanced, healthy eating plan for myself, like I've done for so many of my clients. And all was well with the world until I realized it wasn't well with the world, because in fact, I actually was dieting. So I then, so when I encountered, the short story of it is, I encountered intuitive eating a while ago, like the anti-diet approach. And I was like, I couldn't wrap my head around, how do I work with clients as an RD and not put them on a plan? Doesn't make any sense to me, because that's how I learned, right? Until I finally said, let me do the training in intuitive eating and let me incorporate intuitive eating into my life, which I did, and then into the lives of my clients, where I taught them, and it was great. But there was one thing that I realized, and here's the answer to this. I realized that I was still focusing on weight loss. I was focusing on intuitive eating helping with weight loss. Now, not just for myself, but even with my clients. And so I remember vividly when I went to create my intuitive eating website, which, by the way, if you haven't checked that out yet, you really do need to do that. Dietfreeradiantme.com. There's lots of blogs there and lots of opportunities to kind of learn. Anyways, so when I was creating that first website, I really did, and I was promoting intuitive eating as a way to lose weight. I mean, to really, get the body you love and the dream body and blah, blah, blah. I didn't realize at first that it wasn't promoted that way. As a matter of fact, we are now probably on the 4th edition of the intuitive eating book. And even the authors, Evelyn Trulli and Elise Resch, will tell you outright that first edition does have some weight loss undertones. And they themselves are learning just like we are all learning. And they really, in this last edition, took out all of that, the hints, I guess you could say, that might lead you to think that, oh, I could do intuitive eating and lose weight. Now, can somebody lose weight when they start to intuitively? Sure, they can. They do. Do people gain weight? Perhaps, depending where they're coming into this journey, right? If you're coming into the journey at a weight below your natural set point, if you've been suppressing your weight for years through restriction, which was me, you may put on a couple of pounds. Some people, as I said, will lose weight, and others will stay the same. But I know what will happen is that up and down will stop. You will land, your body will land at a weight that it's comfortable to be at, that nature wants for it. For sure, that gain loss cycle will stop. Now, let me ask you a question. If you can move into a place of learning to trust yourself and food again, would you be able to then come to a place of peace if your body stopped gaining and losing, you stopped the up and down, and your body landed at a place that it felt it was right for itself, and you weren't up and down and struggling with food? Would that be worth it for you in your life? Would it be worth it for you not to struggle with food, not to struggle with social events, not to struggle with shopping, not to berate yourself, not to go over and over again on the yo-yoing up and down, up and down, up and down? It's a question that I want you to sit with and to think about. So you've hit excuse me, you've hit diet bottom, but you still want to lose weight. And here's what I want you to know about that message. Okay, so go back. The biggest mistake people make on their intuitive eating journey is still focusing on weight loss and still hoping that this will yield weight loss. As I said, it very well might. I mean, I just got an email from a client who I was working with for a year on his journey towards no longer dieting, learning how to nourish his body, etc. And it was a beautiful email. And, he lost quite a bit of weight. I'm not going to tell you, doesn't matter. Numbers don't matter. But he wasn't intentionally trying to do that, which is the key here. The key. His legs are all normal. They're all within target range. Better way to say that. And he wasn't dieting for 1 minute of the year. So, yeah, some people will lose weight, but if that's your focus, it's the biggest mistake that you can make because it's going to hinder everything you do on this journey. It's going to hinder you getting back to a place of trust because you're still so focused on weight. I want to hear from you. Have you embarked on this journey, but still in the back of your mind, a little birdie is talking and saying, oh, maybe I'll lose weight. I understand if you want to lose weight, and I want you to know it's okay. It is okay. Please do not judge yourself. Do not judge yourself. We live in a culture that torments us women, to be told that we need to look a certain way, we should look a certain way, if we want to have respect, if we want to feel worthy, and that is very, very damaging. So I want you to be curious about it. If you want to lose weight, be curious about that. Where did that message come from? Where does that message come from? I want to hear from you. Think about that and post it in the comment. Let me just take a quick drink. I need a little warmth in my throat. Louise says, it's hard to give up that thought after a life of diets. Yes, Louise. And I know, Louise, that you're dieting for decades. And it's hard to give up that thought because it's been drilled into you. You've been brainwashed that you need to lose weight. You've been brainwashed by the media. You've been brainwashed by family and friends who want the best for you. And it's been also the pressure from your doctors. I know it, right? Because the message to the doctors, that's all they learned in school, is to be healthy, they need to lose weight. Now, I'm working with a physician now. I should say the physician is my client. She has come to me to learn how to change her relationship with food. Does she want to lose weight? Yeah, but she knows diets don't work. She knows that she and her colleagues forever have been telling their clients and patients that they need to lose weight to be healthy. But she's coming around to the idea that that actually is a farce. That it doesn't, your health is not determined by your weight. There are people who are in a larger body who are extremely healthy. So it's such an unfortunate situation. So the first thing that you need to do to avoid this mistake is you need to think about, you just need to be curious about this, and you need to think about, where did this message come from and where does this message continue to come from? Can you do that for me? Pop a comment in if you're here with me live. See if you can answer that question. If you're on replay, don't forget hashtag replay. I just got off a call before I came on here live. I just got off a call with a new client. And by the way, I talk a lot about working with women in intuitive eating, but men also suffer and struggle with food in their body. So this was a man who came to me specifically to change his relationship with food in his body. And he's been dieting for 20 years. Yes, he wants to lose weight. When he was filling out the paperwork, he stated his goal as permanent weight loss. And we had an amazing conversation about, what does permanent weight loss even mean? At the end of the day, his deep desire is to be at peace with food. His deep desire is to be able to see that ice cream sandwich and have one, enjoy it, and move on, and not have all 5 of them because I got to get it out of the house because I can't have it tomorrow. Can you relate? He wants to get to a place where his weight does not continue to go up and down, up and down, up and down, which just is so dizzying. Okay. Louise says, keep deleting diet emails, but they come constantly. Yes, it's not just deleting, Louise. You have to scroll to the bottom and unsubscribe. Please do that for your sanity. If you really want to get to a place where you're not impacted by all the noise out there around New Year, New You, and even throughout the year, hit the unsubscribe button. These emails do not serve you well at all. Here's another question that you can journal on. I'll rephrase it like this. Has focusing on weight loss in the past made it happen long term? Has focusing and actually pursuing, let's change the question a little bit, has focusing and pursuing weight loss made in the past, made it happen long term? Write that down. Think about that. It's good for you to think about it, but it's also good for you to journal on it. So journal on it and then come back to this video and comment below what came up for you, remembering not to judge yourself, but to remain curious. So so with this gentleman, he agreed to just kind of put weight loss aside, understand that he really wants to lose weight, but that the way he's been going about it for 20 years just hasn't worked. So he's taking a leap of faith and trusting this process. Olivia Boone, welcome. Hello. How are you? Nice to have you join over on YouTube. I'm not sure what OY stands for. Should I know what that stands for? Can you share more about that? Okay. So what do you need to do next? Well, you're going to journal on the prompt that I just gave you, and then you're going to work on that commitment. Commit to no longer intentionally focusing on losing weight. Remember what I said. Maybe you'll lose weight. It could happen. But you're not intentionally pursuing it, because the only way to intentionally pursue the weight loss is through diet and restriction. And diet and restriction is the number one predictor for overeating and binge eating, and then the self-talk that is damaging that follows, and then the starting of the cycle all over again. So commit to yourself to say, okay, I get it. I've been curious about this message. It's okay. I want to lose weight. I'm curious about it. Understanding and identifying where this message came from, or where these messages continue to come from, and focus how, and then you're answering the question, how is focusing on your weight in the past, how is focusing on weight loss in the past, work for you long term? Did it happen? And et cetera, et cetera. And then you're going to make that commitment. That commitment is so important. It's so key, right? That you're not going to focus on losing weight. You're going to work on trusting your body. That's the word, trust. You're going to work on trusting your body and have pleasure again in eating. Now, let me ask you, when you are so focused on, but I want to lose weight and I got to lose weight, do you actually enjoy the food you're eating? Most of the time, if your brain is so much on the I got to lose weight situation, you're not enjoying what you're eating, because you're eating what you think you should be eating. Or if you're eating something that you did enjoy, you have guilt. So instead, we're going to work on trusting your body, trusting the decisions you're making around food, and really seeking to have pleasure in your eating, in your meals, without guilt. When you do that, your body will land where it's naturally supposed to land. You don't know that. I don't know that. The doctors don't know that. Only your body knows that. Think about that. That is really powerful. Really, really something. You may have a number in your head that you want to get to, but I want to be X pounds. But that might not be realistic for you based on so many reasons. Release that thought. Release that number. Let it go. And be okay with your body landing wherever it's going to need to land, without the restriction and the dieting and the deprivation and the cycle that's so damaging. And then it comes to a place of being okay with it. Well, my body landed here. Awesome sauce. I'm no longer losing and gaining, losing and gaining, losing and gaining. That's fantastic. I feel better about that. I feel better when I approach a social situation. I have no more food fear or food worry or food anxiety, but I really want to lose X more pounds. Nope. Be okay with it. Think about all the positives, because we ultimately don't have the control that the diet industry wants you to think you have over your body. Claire, hey Claire, how are you? Claire, here. Turning intuitive eating into a diet, biggest mistake. Example, making it a rule to only eat when hungry, judging for eating at any other time. Agree, continuing to focus on weight loss, also a big obstacle. Have many close to me who are always dieting. I'm working on tuning out those harmful messages. Unhelpful. Sorry, I thought that said harmful. Well, they are harmful and unhelpful messages. Claire, you're doing a great job. And I'm so happy that you're here and that you show up and that you listen. Even if you've heard these messages before, the more you hear, the better it is for you. The repetition is key to changing the neural pathways in your brain. Facebook user says, hi, hello. I don't know who that is. Tell me who the Facebook user is. If you're on Facebook, you have to click the link that you see in that post about allowing StreamYard to share your name. If you don't do that, just at least type in to say who is here, who's talking to me. So Claire brings up really important points here, right? There are many mistakes people make. And in the Intuitive Eating Basics course, I actually have an entire module on the major obstacles that you might face on your intuitive eating journey and strategies to bust through them. So you have indicated many, many, many great points here. Making intuitive eating into a rule, into another diet, focusing on the weight loss, etc. Really, really amazing. Think about all of this, people. So working on trust. Now, I saw one of my clients in my membership program, the Intuitive Nutrition Circle. One of my clients, oh, hi, Eileen. Good that you're here. One of my clients, one of the members, posted a beautiful image the other day, and I wrote it down here to share it with you because it really, really, really hits home. Let me read it to you. It's a quote. My ideal body shape is whatever shape my body is when I am nourishing it without restriction and participating in movement without obligation. I'm going to say it again, and we're going to break it down. It starts with my ideal body shape. Now, listen, there is no such thing as an ideal body weight. When I was in school learning to become an RD, we learned how do we calculate ideal body weights. We learned that. It's no such thing. There is no such thing as an ideal body weight any longer. So this is interesting because this is saying, well, my ideal body shape, quote unquote, what is my shape? What is the shape of my body that is ideal for me? Is whatever shape my body is when I'm nourishing it without restriction. What do you hear there? I'm not dieting. I'm not restricting. I'm nourishing. And when I'm participating in movement without obligation. So you're not participating in movements and exercise because, oh my God, I have to. I got to burn calories. I got to go burn off what I ate. It'll help me lose weight. Or, I ate an extra donut, so I got to go run 20 minutes. No. Participating in movement without obligation is you are participating in movement because it feels good in your body, because it's joyful, because our body is made to move, right? Our joints and everything just feels so much better when we're moving. So you're not moving for obligation or for an underlying reason related to shaping, sculpting, shrinking your body. Okay? I would love to hear comments on that quote. Love to hear your comments. Eileen, let's see. Eileen says, I went to the doctor a few weeks ago where they weighed me. My weight is the same as 7 months ago. That's a first for me. What? You see that, Eileen? You see that? Because Eileen has been working with me on Whole Body Trust, the intuitive eating program, and learning to listen to the body, to trust her body. And I say this to everybody, your weight gain will stop. That is a very great win. Eileen, come on over to the membership site, to Mighty Network, and share that with everybody so we can really congratulate you. Louise would love to move for fun, not have to. So Louise, are you moving? How are you doing with your rehab with your knee? And when you do move, are you moving because you have to? And is that have to part of, I really should so I lose weight? Tell me more about your mindset around that movement. Louise. If you can come to a place of saying, I really feel good moving my body because it's fun and my body's responding. Not because I have to lose weight. It's going to be great. So every morning when I wake up, I have a movement regimen that I do every morning. It's so important for me, for my mindset, for my stress to take on the day when I exercise/move my body in the mornings. And I have a slew of different things I do. And what I do is in the morning, I stop. I get up, I get ready, put my exercise clothes on, and I ask my body, what do you feel like doing this morning? How do you feel like moving? I mean, if anybody heard me asking myself that, they think I was a little loony, but it makes a difference because I stop, I turn inward, and I really assess what type of movement do I feel like doing today? Do I want to do cardio? Do I want to do Pilates? Do I want to do dance? Do I feel like I want to work on strength training? And my body answers. So when you ask, and your body answers and you hear the message and then you respond to and respect your body, you're going to feel great. So Louise, I'm waiting to hear more on you. Maybe you're typing. What about others who are here with me? What are your thoughts on all of this? So we started out talking, we have about 2 more minutes left for this live, guys. We started talking about the biggest mistake people make on their intuitive eating journey. I'm sharing, and there's many more mistakes as Claire has shared. I'm sharing that over and over again, day in and day out, what I encounter with people is their biggest mistake is they're still focusing on weight loss, that intuitive eating will help me lose weight. Again, it might not. It will help you stop gaining. That's for sure. That I could tell you from my clinical experience with every one of my clients. But if you continue to focus on weight loss, even if it's in the subconscious mind drives 97% of your conscious actions. It's going to hinder your journey. Louise, feel like I have to do exercise to be able to move, but need to find a way to make it fun. Okay, yeah, it's almost one of those things, right? Like you have to move in order to feel better moving. You got to do it. I get it. So what do you like to do for fun? Think back to when you were younger. What type of activities did you find enjoyable? Granted, you may not physically be able to do those activities to that extent that you were doing them now, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be perfect. You could be klutzy. It's just that you're moving your body. Try to think, what can you do that would actually be fun? I want to hear from everybody who's watching on replay. Everybody who's here live, go ahead and put down in the comment box what is one type of movement that is fun, because I want you to give each other some inspiration. Sunny, hi Sunny, glad to have you join. Sunny says, I have learned what feels good in my body with intuitive eating. Amazing. I love that. I love that, Sunny. Thank you so much for sharing, because there you go. That gives inspiration to other people. I so appreciate you sharing that. So you give thoughts. What is one type of movement that is fun, that you find fun and enjoyable? And it may not be something someone else finds fun, but it's something that you find fun. There's no right or wrong. But just to give suggestions and inspiration to other people, please make a note of that. And also, if you're on replay, hashtag replay, so others who are coming later can also get your inspiration, and they will share as well. I've stayed healthy with it. Thanks for doing this, Sunny. My pleasure. This is my passion. I love doing this. I love when people are here with me to talk back to me, that we can have a conversation really back and forth, because it's my mission to help so many people just recover from all this nonsensical dieting and the torment that it causes. It's so much more peaceful, and yes, so much healthier. I'm telling you, hands down, my clients have improved health when they stop dieting, and so could you. Sunny likes golf. Okay, are we talking real golf, like 18 holes, or are we talking like miniature golf? Because I could do the miniature golf thing. I find that's fun. I'm really interested to hear. Okay. I'm so happy you all here with me. It's so fun. I have a couple of announcements again. Number one, Sunny says real golf. Wow, I'm so impressed. Okay. Maybe one day when I retire, I don't know, I'll try real golf. My dad used to play. My brother plays all the time, and my sons used to play, but then they got busy with family and life. Um, a couple announcements. So in the new year in February, my daughter is getting married January 16th. For those of you who know me and my story, so my daughter is getting married, and I've been so super busy with the wedding. It's coming along great, but January is all going to be about Jennifer's wedding. Hopefully I'll continue to do my lives because I'll still be working, but I will be taking a little time off. But in February, probably first or second week in February, I'm going to be running a workshop called End the Yo-Yoing Workshop. It's going to be 4 days. We're going to get together on Zoom. I'm going to teach you. I'm going to train you. So I want you to be on the lookout for me starting to promote that workshop. Probably some point, I would guess in January, I'm going to promote it. Planning the content now. You're going to learn a ton. I'm going to be opening the next cohort for Whole Body Trust, which is my intuitive eating signature program, Whole Body Trust, Intuitive Eating for a Peaceful Life. The next cohort will start in end of February, probably some point like that. If you want to get on the wait list to learn more about that, you just have to go to wholebodytrust.com. That's whole, WHOLE, the word body, trust, all one word.com. Get on the wait list for that if you want to learn more about that when the next cohort starts in the new year. And don't forget, now until the end of the year, I'm running an event in my private Facebook group where every morning we have a post to encourage you to enjoy the holiday festivities, to enjoy your food, to enjoy your sweets, no guilt, no worry. And so the posts are very insightful, and you'll answer the questions, you'll comment on other people's questions, you'll inspire each other, because it all happens in community, people. It all happens in community. So if you are not in the private Facebook group, all you need to do is go to intuitiveeatinggroup.com. That link takes you straight up to my Facebook group. It's private, it's free. Join us there for daily conversation. And don't forget, next Wednesday, I will be back here live with another training. And just in case you didn't know this, one other announcement, hang here with me. Every Monday, I'm starting something new. Every Monday, I release a new video on my YouTube channel. So if you haven't yet subscribed, you go to my YouTube channel. Again, easy peasy link, bonnie.tube. I tried to make it super easy for you. Get there, hit subscribe. Every Monday, you'll get a new video. And then every Wednesday, we go live in the Facebook group as well as on YouTube. So all good things to come. This is my way of giving back and sharing and hoping to help you as well. Let me read some comments. Claire says, unfortunately, I always felt physically self-conscious as a child. I was taller and bigger than other girls. Sports activities were mostly a source of pain, not being picked for teams, etc. I feel you. I do love swimming, and as an adult, I learned to truly enjoy the gym. That's great. I so understand what you're sharing, and thank you for sharing, Claire, about physical activity in terms of the gym when you're younger, and how hurtful that is when you're not picked for a sports team. Absolutely. It seems that you've really worked through some of that pain. I think, I'm not sure. You can let me know. But swimming is amazing, full body workout. It feels great. And then if you love the gym, go for it, baby. Go for it. Whatever you love, it has to be fun. So thank you so much for sharing that. All right, everybody, I'm off to have some lunch and then hit my my afternoon is pretty busy with clients, but I will see you again Monday. A new video is released. I'll see you right back here next Wednesday for our live stream at 12:15 Eastern. And come on over to the Facebook group, intuitiveeatinggroup.com, and join our free December challenge. Claire's happier now. Awesome. Claire, I know you've been working hard at Intuitive Eating, and I'm super proud. Sunny, it looks like you've also done such an amazing job. Louise, I know you're continuously working and you're participating and getting support when you can. So awesome. This is not necessarily an easy journey, but it is well worth it. All right. You all have an amazing rest of your day today. If you're on replay, pop some comments down. And by the way, everybody go back and listen. I gave you some prompt questions, journaling prompt questions. Would love for you to journal on it and then come back to this particular comment, this video, and post those thoughts down below. I'll be back to comment on them. Have an amazing day. I'll see you next time.